Welcome back to another episode of Story Swaps, Spirit of Nebraska, a podcast where we are telling you about different staff members and roles at Girl Scout Spirit of Nebraska. I am one of your co-hosts, Emma Dover, Program Specialist.
And I am Joanne Savicky, Troop Support Specialist.
And so our icebreaker question for the day is, how long were you a Girl Scout as a kid, and what is one of your favorite Girl Scout memories? Stephanie, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Stephanie Stickels. I am our Girl Scout DreamLab Manager. Favorite memory for me, I have been in Girl Scouts since I was in first grade, so 1981. And continued up. I've worked at camps and so forth. So I think probably just a favorite memory always has to do with camp. I loved going to Maha as a kid and Wishati. So my first summer at Maha when I was first grade, I got poison ivy. And when I went back to work at Maha in the early 90s, I was walking around the bend to go to Flying S, and I knew exactly. I'm like, that's the patch where I got poison ivy at. So always camp memories, I think, are my favorites.
Very nice. I was in Girl Scouts as a kindergartner through finishing high school, so daisies through ambassadors, and it's so hard to pick a specific memory. I also loved going to camp growing up. I was a Girl Scout in the Greater Chicago Northwest Indiana Council, so quite a bit different camp situation. I was actually at a camp in Wisconsin most of the time, but I absolutely loved resident camp, making friends, coming back the next year and saying, "Hey, it's you!" Was one of my absolute favorite things about camp. So just, in general, I loved all that stuff.
Well, and I'd like to say, my memories. I mean, my favorite memory in Girl Scouts it also revolves around camp. And, it's just so many experiences. But there was one summer, I was probably maybe in 8th or 9th grade, because this was way back when. But I was a camp aide or program aide that summer, and literally I spent the whole summer at camp. I rode the bus every day. So 6 or 7 weeks I was there. I probably bugged the staff to no end, but it was fun. It was fun.
So Stephanie, could you tell us a bit about your role and what you do here at Girl Scouts?
I am our DreamLab Manager, so I get to work in this fabulous space where our podcast studio is located, and just interacting with troops as they come in, Girl Scouts as they come in to shop. But I do a lot of programs here as well. So we have done badge workshops starting last summer when we first opened. We're doing some journeys in a day. We've also done some fun stuff. We do our First Friday series that we've held where we've done karaoke, movie nights. We have community events that we've hosted. So we've done our back to school rally last year, trunk or treat. We just had our first birthday for the Dream Lab, and we are getting ready to have our first day of summer celebration here on June 20th.
Oh, so June 20th. What will you do on that day?
It is the first day of summer, so we'll have some fun first day of summer activities and activities like crafts. We'll have some STEM projects they can do, just a lot of fun hands-on things kicking off that first day of summer.
Well, that sounds exciting.
I love that. What is your favorite part of your job? I know there's a lot of different parts and a lot of different things that you like, but if you had to pick one, what's your favorite part of your job?
I just like seeing the Girl Scouts come in, attending a program, and making new friends is just the most amazing. We have seen Girl Scouts come to a program and then they come to another program and they'll see their same friends who are here. Just very similar as, we all know with camp. It's seeing those same people and getting to know them better, but also that friendship that you've developed. So I think that's just one of the favorite things. And also just introducing Girl Scouts, especially when you have brand new daisies that come in to do a badge workshop, really getting them to experience Girl Scouts through some of the badge workshops, the hands-on Girl Scout ways that we have done for brownies and juniors has been fun because you really get to introduce our history of Girl Scouts and singing songs and playing games and doing all that fun stuff. And then just the STEM ones that we've done as well. We have made slime, we have tie-dyed, 3D glasses they have done some coding, just a lot of hands-on activities, and that's always the fun part too.
What is the most coolest event you've had here?
Coolest event? Well, that's hard to narrow it down. I will say our most popular has been Taylor Swift karaoke night. So, of course, we all love Taylor Swift. So, having a karaoke night was a lot of fun to have that. We did a glow party the beginning of January, which was also very popular. So, our program space was decked out in neon and black lights and strobe lights. And we had LED wands and just danced, and we made some glow in the dark crafts, bracelets, that kind of thing. But the girls just had a fun time, and it's just really just a time to let loose, have fun, and we danced and we sang. And
Well, that's cool.
I love that. How much of your job is working directly with members?
I would say the majority of my job is, especially when you're in that program mind or program mode, leading badge workshops, our journeys in a day that we're doing, any of those programs, it's really just front facing there, talking with leaders, interacting with our Girl Scouts, helping them set up a private badge workshop. If their Girl Scouts or troop is out of school for a day, we've had troops come in and do a private badge workshop with that. But it's also on the other side, talking with people as they come into our Girl Scout shop and interacting with people that are non-Girl Scouts that just pop in. So it's answering questions and all that.
What is the most common question that you've been asked?
What is the Dream Lab is probably a big question that we'll get from just outside people that may just come in, or community members as well too. And also just sharing that with troops or Girl Scouts that come in for a first time, because the space is very innovative and different than what most Girl Scouts offices may look like. And certainly compared to our old office, it's very different. So it is very much a space that is geared around our Girl Scouts, our members, our volunteers, a space that belongs to them. So they can come in and do activity kits that we have in the program space. There's board game, card games that they can play. In our STEM lab, we have engineering kits they can do, a maker space. So there's paper, there's stickers, there's markers, glue, and you can just create our bouldering wall. Once you complete the waiver, you can challenge that 6-foot wall if you want to. And it's fun to see someone come in and maybe their first time, they only get about a foot off the wall. And then they try a couple more times and they're all the way up to the top and back down.
So you mentioned those kits, and that sounds really exciting. Is there a cost for Girl Scouts coming in to use those kits?
There is not. Those are just free, and you can stop in anytime. So if you're close by for an appointment or an activity, you can stop in. If you have time that you're wanting to fill, this summer, if it's a super hot day, just come in, chill in our cool space. And you can do activity kits, making friendship bracelets. Our program space is kind of geared around camp, so you can learn about knot tying, making some friendship bracelets. You could sing songs. There's some camp charades you can do, interact with our brand new mural on the wall that we have there. And then in the STEM lab engineering challenge, you can do circuit kits. What is the tallest tower that you can build with 100 cups? And then again, just create with that maker space as well.
So, Stephanie, what is your favorite room in the Dream Lab?
Oh, Joanne, that's a tough one. I like all the spaces. I mean, I would say the program space, definitely the most popular is our serpentine bench that we have there. Girl Scouts families, siblings, whoever comes in, they love sitting on the top of that serpentine bench where we have the kind of that second layer there. We'll have girls that come in and just read books, or they'll pull one of the games out and they're playing Uno up there or Connect Four. They're just sitting up there, or it's just sitting up there and relaxing and just talking and hanging out. So I would say definitely in the program space, that is one of the favorites. The STEM is just a very hands-on space as well. So there's microscopes that you can do. Again, the activity kits, they're just totally different spaces, I guess, design-wise, but they're just meant to be just hands-on and activities that you can do in both. We have been open just about a year. So our grand opening was May 20th last year, and we just had our first birthday party last weekend, so on May 30th. So in that time frame, not only with DreamLab programs, but programs that our program team has led, Joanne and I have held troop support nights where volunteers come in. We've had potluck nights with that. Overall, we've seen almost 2,500 people through our DreamLab in a year. And that doesn't include our guests that come in just to shop get their uniforms from the Girl Scout shop. So that's kind of tracking that program-based community events that we've done. Our trunk or treat last year was probably by far our largest event that we had, setting up in the parking lot for that trunk or treat event. And we look forward to watching that grow and continue over the years.
Well, that's pretty exciting. 2,500.
That's a lot. That's awesome. What are the current hours of the Girl Scout Dream Lab?
The Girl Scout DreamLab is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we are open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Girl Scout DreamLab is closed on Sundays and Mondays. So along with those hours, that is the same hours for our Girl Scout shop as well. So I think that makes it more convenient for people to come in after work and shop to have in those later hours, and then open every Saturday too.
I mean, it is totally awesome to have those hours, especially on Saturday in the evenings. Yeah.
Yeah.
This summer, we're doing a lot of our badge workshops again. So we are starting the coding series for Daisy Brownies and Juniors, where we have the opportunity for Girl Scouts to earn all 3 of those badges in that coding series. We are doing the digital photography for juniors, the computer expert for brownies. We are hosting a journey in a day for our cadet level to do the Amaze journey. So those are some things that are upcoming. Our back to school rally will be the Saturday, August 23rd. And that is an event that's open 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We set up in the parking lot. We have community partners that are here. Just a fun way to kind of kick off getting back to school. It will also be our registration day this year for Girl Scouts. So if you are new to Girl Scouts and you want to get your daughter involved, that is the great time. You can stop in any time to register before then, but that will be our registration day. You'll see us at back to school nights and with information, but that will be a really great day to come down and get registered as troops are starting then. And then our trunk or treat will be happening in October again as well. So we have a lot of fun community things. And then for the upcoming fall, for our new program book that will be coming out for 25-26, we will have again, I think we have almost 70 events, programs, activities that will be happening in that 25-26 book. And we are busy planning for next summer already. We just held our first day camp last week. So 4 days we had here of pre-K through 3rd graders, and it was just a lot of fun. So just to see their excitement to be in the Dream Lab, just hands-on making slime. We did science experiments. We tie-dyed. So it was a lot of fun. We did art projects. We covered it all.
Awesome.
So for those summer activities that you described, is it pretty low cost? Or
Most of our badge workshops range from anywhere from $10 to $12. And then if it's a full day program, so our journey in a day, those are $30. So that's a program that will be held from 9 to 4. Girl Scout Dream Lab is also open for troops to come in. So you can hold your troop meetings here and add on a badge workshop if you want to, bring in your own activities, or just have a spot for your Girl Scout troop to explore, learn more about the Dream Lab and what we offer here. Our podcast studio will also be opening up so troops can, or Girl Scouts can reserve a time to come in and they can record on the podcast studio. Just by bringing an SD card, you can take that home and edit it and take it and use the studio here for that.
So if I had a troop that wanted to meet here, whether that's as the podcast room or use the program space or the STEM lab, how do I go about reserving that space?
You can email dreamlab@girlscoutsnebraska.org, and those emails will come to me, and we can look at some dates that are open and available outside of our program events that are happening. But really, there's a lot of times and dates that troops can come in and reserve and use any one of these spaces. Again, the Girl Scout Dream Lab is a space that belongs to our troops and Girl Scouts, so we'd love to see you down.
So, Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing information about the Girl Scout Dream Lab with us today, because this building is just phenomenal and so fantastic. And it's so exciting to see troops come in and do things here, and not just troops, individuals also. So it's super exciting, and I can't wait to see what's all in the future.
Tune in next time to Story Swap's Spirit of Nebraska to learn even more about Girl Scouts.